Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
I've seen plenty of stories about horrors of Uber drivers had to face when picking up passengers, but what I'm about to share with you probably is the ultimate horror and nightmare as an Uber driver. Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if a customer got inside of your car and they had blood over them and you knew from the moment they got in they were shady? Well, that's what happened to me. This was the most scariest moment of my life. Not only was he a killer, this dude was a downright psychopath. And when I had him in my car, every second felt like I was going to die. I was unarmed and I didn't have a gun. The only thing I had in my glove compartment was pepper spray. I didn't have any weapons of any sort. My name is Ricky, and this happened to me 2 years ago, the day I went and picked up a serial killer named Adrian. On that particular day, I was doing Uber. It was around 6 p.m. I planned on doing it until around 3 a.m. It was pretty normal. There was no weird customers. Everything seemed alright. But everything went down south once I let Adrian into my car. So it was around 1 a.m. and I figured that I was going to go for 2 more hours. And then after that, I was going to call it quits. That's when I got a notification for a ride request. The person on there's name was Adrian. And even from the picture, I could tell you this guy was definitely bad news. I accepted the ride and I went into the area to pick up a guy named Adrian. The area I picked him up at was very shady. It was a part of town that had drug dealings and a bunch of other stuff that went on in that town. And a lot of the buildings were either broken down and vacated or open but in very poor condition. I was driving slowly to see if I can spot Adrian. Luckily he had his picture on his profile, so it made it a little bit more easier. I spotted him and I honked at him. The man, Adrian, looked around like he was very paranoid. And then he got inside my car. And that's when I noticed he had a bunch of blood on him. Sir, are you alright? You got blood all over you. Are you hurt? I asked Adrian, but he didn't respond to me. He just looked outside the window. Sir, are you alright? Just fucking drive. Adrian snapped at me. I paid him no mind and I kept on driving. But as I was driving, I can feel his eyes looking at me, and it made me feel a bit uncomfortable. This man seemed really shady. Something went down and I didn't know what it was. As I was driving, the man started to say something. I just love when they scream. It's really fun. When he said that, I got more concerned that the blood on him was not his, especially after the statement he just made. I kept my cool and I kept on driving. That's when Adrian asked me a question that chilled me to the bones. Hey Ricky, what would you do if I decided I wanted to kill you in this car? My heart was thumping 1,000 miles per hour. My palms were getting sweaty and my breath caught in my throat. I can feel myself shaking from anxiety. Let's hope not. Not worth killing. I don't got any money or anything. I laughed, assuming that he was joking. But Adrian said something that made me get out of my car and run for my life. Ricky, you do know I'm not joking, right? You're a witness. I feel like I should kill you. And then maybe after I kill you, I can chop up your body and eat them. You look really delicious. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I may not. When I tell you I was scared, I was extremely scared. The scaredest I ever been in my life. Knowing that my life could be over within a second. I hurried and drove the man to his destination, trying my very best not to say or do anything that may provoke him into changing his mind. I got to Adrian's destination and I stopped the car, unlocking it real fast, letting him know to get the fuck out my car. Here we are. Please get out and have a nice evening, I told him. But the moment I turned around, he grabbed me by the neck and placed a huge knife over me. You're very lucky I let you live. I could have killed you easily. Don't get scared. I'm gonna spare you. But you better not tell anyone about what you saw, because I know what car you drive, and I'll find you. Adrian let go of my neck. He got out of the car while laughing and walked back to his place. I don't know what I was feeling at that moment. I just knew that I almost forgot to breathe because I was so shocked that I couldn't breathe for a moment. Eventually I drove off, hands shaking, but at the same time relief that the man was gone. But I didn't care about his threat. I still called 911 and let them know about what I witnessed and what I saw. And it's a good thing that I did, because Adrian was wanted for connections to other murders. There were 5 other murders that happened around the city, so the officers knew where to look for him at. A couple of days later, I heard on the news that he was finally arrested, and what I learned really made me grateful to be alive. Apparently, the people he killed were Uber drivers. From what they said, he likes to get them to his destination, and then he kills them and leaves their body inside the car. It's a satisfaction to him. In some cases, when he killed some of the Uber drivers, he'll cut off their body parts, put them in a bag, and go home to his place and boil their body parts and eat them. It's a miracle that I'm alive, because there was no telling what would have happened had the man decided to kill me. I don't do Uber anymore. I'm too afraid. Too afraid that I will encounter someone similar to Adrian. I'm just thankful that I'm alive, and I played it cool.